Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know about you, but I have seen a ton of different gray, silver looks circulating around on the internet, and I thought that it would be kind of fun to recreate or just kind of take little elements from some of them and make it my own. I have seen a bunch floating around on Instagram. There's some gorgeous ones out there. I'll link those down below. I also have a friend who did a beautiful, it's kind of like a silvery blue, gray, like wonderful looking halo eye. So if you're interested in that, I can also link her video up here in the little eye and down below for you as well. Anyway, I thought I would give it a shot because I have not done anything like this before, and there's probably a reason why, because I hardly had anything gray, so I kind of had to pull a bunch of stuff together to kind of make do. So for a transition shade though, I want to go first into like a brown, but like a cool tone brown, you know, if that's a thing. One of my favorite palettes for neutrals and cooler tone browns is the Zoeva on Taupe palette, and I think I want to go into this shade here called Gallery, and Gallery is this shade right here. I just adore this palette for these beautiful like neutral and cooler tone browns. So what I'm going to do is very generously apply this in my crease and above the crease. I want this color to show even after we've got all the other colors down, because this is what we're going to have to kind of try to blend into to keep these grays from looking like more blue, and it kind of looks like you have a black eye. Man, I wanted to get into this so badly that I totally forgot to tell you. I mean, I'm sure you already know, but I did prime my lids and set them before I started this. Used my Catrice concealer and also used a shade from, oh, where is it? I think it was Enigma, this one right here. And that was from the Urban Decay Jean-Michel, I'm gonna butcher this, Basquiat palette. So this one right here, and honestly I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go back into this because I think we're gonna need to do the dark gray first. I'm not sure what's going to be best in this case because this gray doesn't look entirely matte. It looks kind of more like a satin shade. This is, and it's called BK. It's the shade right here. What I actually want to do is run this across the entire lid, and then we'll blend it out with another shade that I haven't really decided on yet. So I'm going to take a brush first and see how this goes. And I'm going to try to get this all over the lid. Now that I have that dark gray shade on the lid, I'm going to take a lighter gray, which is from this Kat Von D Pastel Goth palette, and it's the shade here called Dagger. And I'm going to take this shade just into the crease to help blend out this really deep gray that I put on the lid. So I think to soften out these edges a little bit, I'm going to go into the Revolution Pro Allure palette and take this light brown shade right here and just very lightly start blending this around the edges so we've got a little more depth and a little less gray, a little more brown. Now I think it's time for some glitter. I'm going to take some of this NYX glitter primer and put this on the back of my hand, and one eye at a time I am going to start patting the primer just in the very center of the lid. And then using the same brush, because this is a wonderful precise brush for glitter and anything to do with like application of like a shimmer shade or something on the eye, this is a ColourPop brush. I'm going to take some of this AOA Studio Crystal Powder in Obsidian, which is a mix of basically black and silver glitter. Dip my brush in and start patting this on the lid where I placed the glitter primer. Once I finished with the glitter, I did some winged liner and put on my face makeup. I don't think it's like really obvious, but thick liner for me is really difficult. I have very deep set eyes, and so that means that right here in the corner I have a lot of creasing because they're so like deep set and they're far, they're set farther back in my face. And winged liner is just so hard to get right there because it just looks a mess. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. I'm actually really excited about how all of this is turning out because it really wasn't super difficult, but I think it's so wonderful to feel so glam with a lot less effort than usual. It's just amazing. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to tightline the lower lash line with a black liner. This is my Smashbox Always On gel liner in Fishnet. You guys know this is one of my favorites. So I'm going to go ahead and tightline the lower lash line. Now let's go back into that Urban Decay palette and take that dark gray shade here again called BK, and let's go ahead and run this under the lower lash line as well. And let's blend out that dark gray with that gallery shade here from the Zoeva palette. And for our inner corner and brow bone highlights, I think I want to try two different shades, honestly. But I'm going to stick with this Zoeva palette. So the first one I want to try here is called Sheers and Voiles. And I want this to be the brow bone highlight. This is so pretty because it's like a very faint gray with a pink shift. So depending on what way you tilt your head, you're either getting kind of like a pink glow or a gray glow. It's so beautiful. And then for the inner corner, I think I want to actually wet this brush. And with the wet brush, go back into the Zoeva palette and take this shade here called Spun Pearl and tap this on the inner corner. Okay guys, and this is the finished look. I know that at times I think this seemed kind of disjointed, but this was one of those times when I was actually kind of figuring everything out as I went along. Normally I have it all planned out, but this is one that I kind of wanted to just leave to fate and see what happened, and this is what we got. The fun part about this one, honestly, was that it was really quite simple. I didn't use that many shadows. There wasn't any like crazy blending technique or anything. It was just pop one down in the crease, pop one on the lid, blend them out, put some glitter on, bam! You're ready to go. So I don't know what it is, but I've really been getting into these darker looks. I think because I'm more comfortable now that, I don't know, maybe I'm just feeling kind of like dark and sassy, I don't know. But for the lips, I chose my Clean Slate Cosmetics Lip Composite in Nightcap. I didn't think it was going to quite actually be this dark, but I like it. I like how this turned out overall. yeah, and I really hope you guys did too. It was a lot of fun to kind of do this on the fly and to see what I would come up with. And remember, if you guys do like these videos, don't forget to give them a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button either down below or right up here in the corner before you leave. I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. It is almost Memorial Day. I can't wait. We have a 4-day weekend at work and it's going to be glorious. So I hope you guys as well have a wonderful and safe Memorial Day weekend. I will probably talk to you again before then, but just in case I forget to say it the next time, have a wonderful and safe Memorial Day weekend, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys!